Another day, another hunt, folks, with the Simplex Ultra made by Nokta. A fine machine. We're going to try a new location here. Look how beautiful it is. Nice and windy. It's getting dry. But again, we're in a placer area. Right ahead of me over there, there's a little bit of rock foundation you could hardly see. People lived here and camped out. I've hunted here before, but like I said, not everything is found all the time. So you just keep going to the same places, change out the coils, big coils, small coils, and see what you could pull out of the dirt. Let's get to it, see what we could get. Okay, our first target, see what it is. Let's dig her up. Where, here she is. We're not starting out too good, but it ain't the end of the day. Let's continue. Okay. Okay, we have a 78, solid 78, 79. Pretty squeaky signal. Let's check that out, see what it is. Okay, it's out of it's right there. Let's see what I see it. I see it. I think it's a coin. Oh my gosh. It's a freaking coin. Look at that. Oh. Wow. This is weird. This isn't, I don't know if this is Chinese or what. Looks like a dragon. Like a really interesting looking dragon. Holy smokes. Looks like I hit it a little bit. All right. I like it. All right, this is a great start. This is awesome. Let's continue. Got another signal. It's jumping around. But we're going to dig that out and see what that is. The dirt's getting really dry. You know, when the summer heat comes here in the Sierras, that ground, it becomes like concrete. All right, let's keep digging. Well, here it is. Did we find it a day in the beginning of the hunt? I don't know. I hope we could beat that coin, but I'm happy with the coin. Let's continue. Okay, we got a deeper signal. Jumping in the low 15s, 16s. Well, let's see what it is. That's going to be iron. See how it's jumpy? That's iron. Let's move this fallen branch. Oh! 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 Let's see what's under there. You got to do stuff like that. You got to clear stuff and go under it. There we go. All right. Let's swing that coil over that spot. Okay. I'm over by the rock. Got a big signal. Let's check it out. $78, $73. Let me dig it out and see what we get. Okay. I see rust. And I have a piece of glass right here. Let's keep digging. Is this an axe head? Yes. Yes, it is. It's a large axe head. Well, that's pretty cool, folks. We're onto something here. We got a coin and we have an axe head. Let's continue. Awesome. Got another signal by the boulder. There was my last target where the axe head was. Now we got a 90s. We'll dig it. I'm thinking it's rusty, old trash. Yep, that's what it is. Trash. All right, let's keep searching underneath that large branch. Okay, we have a solid 40 range, 43 to 38 to 57. Okay, after digging it, the VDI number went down into the 20s. All right, let's dig her up. All right, dug it out. Okay, folks, remember the other day on that other video, I said there's a lot of opium canisters and lids. Well, here's part of the canister, and I don't think I have the top with the Chinese script on it, but I'm gonna try to check that hole. But yeah, obviously this was a old placer mining area where the Chinese worked, and they left their trash and stuff like that. All right, let's continue. Okay, I put the search coil back in a hole, and I got an iron target, but it's a larger target, so let's see what that is. It's right here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Is that awesome or what? Look at the history here. Chinese opium canister, and the fellow left his fork here. Wow. Awesome. We're in a good spot. Let's continue. Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put it in all metal mode. Right where we found that axe and that fork. There's a lot of other metal here. That's what I'm talking about, cherry picking, putting it in a discrimination mode so you don't have to hear that noise. Listen to it now. I'm going to put it back on disc. There you go. It just clicks if it's a large iron object. But that, well, let's dig that, see what that is. Just another part of the canister of opium. Check this big piece of glass. Look how thick it was back then. Probably to a bottle that busted. Probably champagne or wine. Wow, along with their opium, man. Another nice side. Another nice target, 42, 41. Let's dig that puppy up. All right, so this is interesting. There's a big boulder there. The object is underneath the boulder. Inquiring minds want to know. Why is it under the boulder? You just never know. Look at that. Let's dig that puppy out. That's a big boulder. All right, let's take a look in there. Well, the inquiring mind found out a lot of trash. Well, we're going to pack that out with us, put the boulder back. Let's continue. '70s. Let's dig that puppy out, see what that is. I'm still stuck on that coin with a little dragon on it. That's going to be awesome to research. Oh, a little view shot, folks. I'm in the shade. I dug out, and I think I know what it is. It's a saw blade. So I'm going to dig a little further and decide whether I'm just going to leave it there until next time I come around here and pull it out. If it's just too much trouble, I'm just going to move on and continue. Let's see. Let's spend a few more minutes here and dig this stuff out. See if we can do it. Well, I was wrong. It's not a saw blade. It's just a big strap. Look at that. Solid. All right, let's continue. Nothing exciting here. All right, here we go. You know, I was mentioning before to some of you that I need to get a smaller coil for really trash area. Anyhow, this one is 24, 23. Let's dig this puppy out and see what's hiding in that ground. Just a little 22 cartridge. That's all. All right, let's move on forward. Okay, just about 3 feet above it, I got a target, 28. It's hitting 20, well, it's hitting around. I don't know, man. Could it be a coin? I don't know. Let's dig her up, see what we got. Okay, I got a clunk of dirt, excuse me. It's inside here. Not in that one. It's in this one here. Something small. Bet you it's lead. Nope. What is that? Oh, you know what this is? This is part of a little knife. A little knife. At the end of the wooden handle, you'll have a little brass or copper end to it on both sides. That's what that is. Well, pretty cool. All right, let's continue. All right, got a large signal here. So it's at least 10 inches across. Let's dig it up and see what that is. Trash. All right, let's move on. Okay, got another little target here. Let's dig her up, see what it is. Still thinking about that coin. Are we gonna beat that? I'm gonna say, yeah, axe head's great. The forks, pitchfork thing is fine. I mean, that's a little history there, but that coin's gonna tell us the date, the denomination, and which country it came from. Because it doesn't have a little square hole in it or a round hole, which identifies Chinese Qing dynasty. I see a lot of those coins in this area. This has a little dragon on it. So it'll give us a little bit of history and information about what this is all about, perhaps the identity, ethnicity of the person. So that'll be fun. And let's dig this baby out and see what we got. An unspent 22 caliber bullet. All right, we'll put that away. Okay, another target. I don't know, it's an iffy signal, but we're gonna dig that. Digging on the railroad. Okay, here we go, let's see what we get. Ooh, it's out. All right, let's see what it is. Oops, I dropped it. Yeah, darn it. Okay. Part of the band of an opium canister, and there it is. See that? It's a little bent over, but that's what it is. All right, let's go. But you see what I'm talking about, an iffy signal? It's a little crackly, identifying it as probably non-ferrous. And back in the days of the White's detectors, they'd say, trust your detector. If it's crackling, it's iron. But the thing is, yeah, 80%, 75%, it's correct. But in this case, I wasn't sure, and I dug down deep, and it was actually a non-ferrous object. It could have been a coin, a tiny coin. It could have been a little button, whatnot. So when you have the will, dig it. Dig it. All right, let's dig this one. I don't know. It's a little iffy, but we're going to dig it. It's probably a deeper target, but let's get it. Oh, it's under that rock. You see what I'm talking about, smaller coils? This is a large coil. If I had a smaller one, I could really kind of go in there and pinpoint it, but I'm going to keep undermining that boulder and see what's underneath there. You never know. Man, I really don't want to move that boulder, but I just may have to. Sounds getting better and better. But you see how there's that boulder on top is sitting on another one down below. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the shade. Anyway, I'm going to dig that out. Well, it was a band. It was a steel band, folks. Nothing really special. Check this tree out. Isn't that beautiful? All right, let's continue. Okay, got a target, 19 to 24. Let's see what this puppy is. Check this out. This is a great example of digging a half decent thing, half a Chinese coin, which is pretty cool still. They do tend to break in half because of the square, and they're pretty thin. So we found an old Chinese coin, and we find an old square nail. So having a small coil sure helps, you know, in target separation. So if you had a piece of trash here and a piece of trash here, a lot of the times you're going to hear a crackling noise. Non-ferrous, you're not going to hear that quite very well. So I just dug it. There's some rust there, but right next to it was a broken coin. I checked if there was another part to it. There wasn't. Who knows where it's at? Maybe we'll find it. I don't know. But yeah, that's just the thing. You know, if you got the will, dig it. Get a small coil in trashy areas and cherry pick non-ferrous objects. And if it's iffy, dig it. Doesn't hurt. Just more of a workout for you. All right, let's continue. Another iffy signal. But I'm going to dig it. I got the will. Just dig it. Let's see what's in there. Okay, I got a dirt clog. See what's in there. Nothing in that part. It's all in here. Oh, nothing in that one. Oh, what is this? Something to, what? What the heck is this? What the? I don't know. Seems like there's something written on it. I don't have my glasses. But it's round. It's not that light. It's got a little weight to it. Let me clean it up. And we'll see what that is. Maybe I'll find some glasses. Here it is. The sun's like behind me. All right, let me clean it up and we'll see what it is. Had to find some shady spots. And oh man, that tastes good. Water with a little sea salt in there is the best thing for you. All right, let me clean this puppy up, see what we got. Okay, on the front there, it's that design. I'll call the reverse, where's my finger? On the reverse side, I don't know if you could see that, but may have to put underneath like an eyeglass. There's some writing on it. Anyway, we'll check it out later and see what that is. But see what I'm talking about? Iffy signals, dig it. I mean, as I'm thinking about this and looking at this, it almost has a rim like a coin. And there's like, I mean, that could be some kind of a foreign script right there. I don't know if it's Arabic or Hindu. I don't know. And then the other side, there's some writing on there. I mean, this could be a tiny little coin dropped out of a pocket of a gold miner here. All right. Well, we'll check it out. We'll definitely identify this. If anybody knows, please do write it up and let me know what that is. Again, iffy signal, but it has potential, doesn't it? All right, we won't know until we dig her out and put some sun on her, right? Let's do it. All right, be with you in a moment. So you see how I dug it down a few inches? The sound is better. I'm not saying it's a good target, but definitely much louder and clearer. Let's check her out. Oh, look at this. Look at this glass. Beautiful blue. It must have been a bottle down there. I'm going to dig it out. Who knows what that is? I mean, I'm sure there's glass scattered all throughout this underground, but let's dig that metal target. But kind of cool. Wanted to show that to you. Okay, nothing but a piece of punch plate from a rocker box that they used to mine gold, or a sluice box, whatnot. But we're going to trash that. Let's continue. Here's another one. See, I turn. It's still there. All right, let's dig it out, see what it is. All right. 2 pieces of square nail. There it is. That's all right. All right. Next one will be a good target, hopefully. There we go. We got another one. Let's dig it up. Put some sunshine on it. Check it out. End of a bottle. It's kind of cool, huh? That's an old one. All right, but our target's still down here. Let's see what that is. Interesting, I just dug up a little pottery shard. See how it's dark in one end, light on the other? That was a piece of pottery. All right, target's still down here. Let's dig it. All right, nothing but rust. All right, on to the next target. Okay, got another one over here. Nice solid target in the 50s. Let's dig this puppy up, see what we got. Okay. All right, let's check it out. Okay. What? It's in my hand. Oh, I know what these are. This right here, folks, is a gunpowder, not a flask, but a gunpowder bottle. Anyway, these guys, these hunters, miners would buy for their, black powder guns, gunpowder. And this is made out of lead. It's basically a cap, so it doesn't spark and explode. But these are pretty cool. I've seen these made from DuPont and other brands, but this is a cool find. This is a real cool find. Awesome. We're doing pretty good today. I'm thrilled. All right, let's move on. This definitely motivates me to continue. Okay, I got multiple targets here. Mid-tone, kind of a high tone, mid-tone. I'm just gonna dig this area up and see what we get. Okay, that other target was nothing, it was just trash. But we got one right here. We'll dig this one out. There it is. You see it? Square nail. All right, still cool. Let's move on. Okay, got a target here. I'm gonna dig it. It's iffy, a little jumpy. High tone. I don't know, I'm thinking iron trash. Let's check it out. It's in a dirt clog. Oops. Oh. What is this? Oh. It's that band. It's the same thing. Piece of oh, I don't know, it's copper. Not sure what it is, but we'll put it away and check it out later. All right, let's move on. But you notice what I said? Iffy. I thought it was iron. Again, it was a non-ferrous object. It could have been anything. You gotta dig it. Dig it. Okay, check this out in the sound. I dropped that coin that I found. Listen to it. High pitched 79, right? It's on the surface. You hear that? Very clear. Okay. Now, listen to this. You know, a little bit different, ain't it? You just won't know until you dig it out, get closer to the object. You know, you can't pass those up. Silver coins sound just the same. Okay, so let's dig this baby out and see what it is. So I'm digging it out. Check out this little piece of porcelain or ceramic. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Let's see what it sounds like right now. It's in the 80s, 70s. All right, let's keep digging deeper. Okay, in this case, it was nothing. I put my pick head right through a bottle top, old bottle top. See how it's rusty? See the edges? It's an old bottle top. Somebody's drinking beer here a long time ago. All right, let's move on. My whole point is, it doesn't matter if you have a $900 detector or a $250 detector. You got to dig all targets. Most of them, all of them have non-discrimination. They could discriminate out non-ferrous from ferrous objects. So yeah, dig it all. The guy who digs more targets at the end of the day has better odds of getting better items, regardless of how expensive your detector is. If your recovery time is reduced, if you're fast, remember, you got to fill in those holes. The more targets you dig out, it's a numbers thing. If you're in a good area, dig as many targets as you can, fill in the holes, and you'll get more stuff, better stuff than a guy who digs, or a gal who digs 20 targets in 4 hours than a guy who digs 100. All right, let's move on. Okay, right now we have a target. Listen, we're gonna go 180. Not a crackle. Nice sound. Nice, loud, but it's high 90s. So I don't know. I'm thinking it's iron, but I've had high 90s where it was a silver coin. So let's dig in and find out. Again, somebody was drinking. Another bottle top. Let's move on. Okay, I had a target here. I was digging it. Sounds good. Didn't want to, tape it all, but man, this sounds pretty good. Probably know the bottle top, but let's check it out. Ah, freaking A. Okay, well, there you go. Another bottle top.